Hello there everyone and welcome to another episode of DML. We do have a brand new event out. This event is normally out at like 4 PM in England, so scrap what I said last time. They've actually brought this out a little bit early. But we've got 9 days and 23 hours left in the Frosty Foes event, and the first prize is the Frost Fairy. So I was actually wrong about that as well. Again, before I was just sort of guessing. But he's actually the level 6 reward dragon, so I'm curious to see how that new snow sport dragon becomes available. So here we are, Ned, just outside Frosty Woods. Now, aren't you glad I got you up from that old armchair for a bracing winter hike? And brr, I miss the armchair less than the roaring fire. Are you sure going for a hike with Otto is a good idea? He's kinda strange. And oh yes, Otto's very strange. Very strange, but he's also my oldest friend, you know. In fact, we first met over 60 years ago, not far from here. And got ya, Hoggy, you never could dodge a snowball. Come on, we've got to get started if we hope to reach Frosty Toes Peak before the Frost Festival begins. And get back here, Oddie, I'll show you who can't dodge a snowball. I actually love this little bit of lore that they've got here, how these two are like friends or something. Better make sure neither of them falls into a snowbank. Well, that's the sort of introduction to the event right there. And we've got this cute little background, snowman in the back here, a little Christmas tree on the far right. And as per usual, we have the same quests as we always do during castle events. Collecting gold, collecting food, breeding dragons, feeding dragons, winning battles, and catching creatures. So if we enter level 1, I wonder what Otto has up his sleeves. It seems significant that he asked us to hike through Frosty Woods when it's where he and I met so many years ago. I suppose we'll just have to press on with our hike to find out. And that's adorable. Oh, we've got the Spruce Dragon here as well. I hope this guy becomes available. But either way, let's take on this first fight. So I hope you've been keeping up with your training, Hoggy. I plan to finally beat you and claim the title of Dragon Lord of Dragonlandia from you once and for all. Now wait a minute, you've got an unfair advantage. I haven't had a chance to survey the battle conditions, and very well you could borrow my Frost Fairy Dragon to even the odds, but I'd still be the one whose wish comes true by winning this battle. So now we get to fight this level 70 Snow Queen with this level 80 Frost Fairy, which is interesting. We can lower its base damage here, which is the best thing to do. I mean, we should win this fight anyway. And it missed. Okay, well, you've sealed your fate. You've definitely sealed your fate. We don't kill it in 2 hits, though. Oh, we do. Never mind. And not bad, old friend, but I've got my best dragon stationed between here and Frosty Toes Peak, ready to battle the Dragon Lord of Dragonlandia. And I should have known taking a hike with these two would somehow involve dragon battles. So, you know, poor little Ned is just in between these two guys here, which is a shame. And if we poke him, look, he just sort of does a little giggle, or she does. I'm going to assume that this is more of a female sort of dragon than a male one. Although, you know, if they can breed, I'm pretty sure all these dragons are like, I don't know, I'm sure they have both sets of genitalia or something. But finally made it, Hoggy. You're slowing down in your old age. And with age comes battle prowess. Now let's find out what sound your Spruce Dragon makes when it falls in battle. And so we've got the first main fight here. It does work the same as previous events where we can use dragons with all of the elements for the first fight, and I'm assuming that that means that we are going to have element restrictions that are probably going to annoy me greatly further down the line. He does get one shot by Andy, which is nice. It seems my Spruce Dragon needs some sprucing up. I've hidden a number of keys throughout the forest. You'll need to collect them all if you want to accept your victory. And why don't you make like a tree, Oddie? We'll be close behind as soon as we find that key. There's so much dialogue in these new events. Like, there used to be none, pretty much. They've changed them quite a lot. So we could go up here and do this fight, which is going to cost a lot less than going straight up to that chest, so we'll try this out. And, like with all previous events, it's just easier to sort of work out which path is easier. This is 43 base, this one costs 10, and then they're like 10 each. So if you can do the fight, it's great. This one here is going to be a little bit difficult, but Saini does have enchantment level 3, so I have faith that we can do this fight. In fact, yeah, definitely, we can. That's kind of concerning, though, that we're already running into element restrictions. So, fire is usable in this fight, which is great, but obviously, if you have a team with only a single dragon being a high level, you are going to start running into problems, and that's how these events have started to run recently. We'll see what the final level's element restrictions are. Even if you don't have the dragons for the final level, you can still finish off the event with quite a few days spare if you're actually doing it consistently. And this is the same: fire, wind, earth, and water. So, you know, it's just a bit scary knowing that we're already having to worry about this sort of stuff. And I think Saney's going to work out well for us. Normally, what Andy can't do, Saney works up, or he sort of he makes up for, I should say. But we only have 2 extra elements on Saney that we don't have on Andy, which is where possible issues can come from. But I'm still really surprised that they decided to bring out the event at midday in England. That was really weird. And that goes the same time as France, which is where the base is. So we got a card piece already, which is not what we wanted. Definitely not what we wanted. And then 20, 40, 60, 81. It's definitely going to be cheaper to go up this long way from the looks of it. As long as this one up here doesn't cost like 40, which it doesn't. So this is, I believe, cheaper. Oh crap! No, I didn't. I thought there was another chest. Never mind. Don't watch that. Don't pay attention to what I just did. I may have thought that there was a second chest over there. I was looking at the reindeer. For some reason, I thought there was another chest. You know, I just wasted like 120. That's okay. That's okay. We learned from our mistakes. That was just me not paying attention. You know, but we'll go back, we'll collect some of this stuff over here, and we'll be able to open the chest. You know, 100 in the grand scheme of things is nothing. You know, if I'd have just wasted like 2,000 there, we would have had a problem. But there we go, we can open this chest. Let's move on to the next level because we found the key. Sweet, so I found the key, Dad. And great work, Ned. Hurry, we can't let Otto get too far ahead of us. Who knows what traps he might have set in this forest. And then we got the card pack here. Let's open this up. This doesn't have a single piece in it that we're really going to use. I already have the Ras Safari as well, but you know, it's better than nothing. So here we are in Gusty Vale. This is the little town where Otto grew up. And really, there's nothing here, just a couple of houses and a whole lot of snow. And there's a nearby village Otto's family visited from time to time, but there weren't many children for him to play with. I was his first human friend. And speaking of friends, where's that rascal gone to? We'd better find him. And then here, we got this little chest here, and if we press it, we've got little toys that are going to go around, and then they're just going to sort of, I don't know, just sort of circle our little baby here. Not sure why. This is what happened during last year's Christmas event as well. I'm sure there's more of them around. There we go. If we open this one, it's a little teddy bear. And any more? I don't know. Don't rely on my looking skills after what I just did. But either way, we need to collect some more of this stuff so we can collect some more gold. Obviously, the more habitats you have, the more fire habitats you have, the better off you're going to be for this gold collection section and all of that. And breeding... Genuinely, for the breeding section in these events, I normally end up just breeding what I normally breed, because there is no way to realistically completely fill or deplete the item pools later on, so it's not even worth it to sort of worry about what you're breeding. Like, if you really want the sulfur dragon, just keep breeding it. If you really want the reindeer, just keep breeding it. You're going to get the points for it anyway. And if you want to breed the reindeer, that's actually pretty good as well. So we do need to feed a dragon as well. So do we actually have a low-level dragon around? I think yeah, he's a low level. We'll feed this guy up. So for the feeding, as always, find a low-level dragon and feed it up. Normally you should buy fire dragons, level them up to whatever level you need, sell them, buy one again, level those up. That means that you don't have to spend like any food pretty much. And oh, after it's fully depleted, there's a little tick now. Ain't that cute? Ain't that just adorable there? Let's go back into this for now. So, claim that. Hello, Mr. Snowman. I'm glad you've arrived just in time for your snowman dragon to bury you, Hoggy. Not if we turn it to powder first. Catch my drift? Yeah, I catch your drift, mate. But, snowman dragon, super adorable looking dragon. What level is it? Level 74. Hope it doesn't one-shot Andy. I mean, it definitely shouldn't. He's going for him anyway, who cares? He's going for the other dragon. Bleh. And what is with these bosses missing? I know that boss dragons tend to miss at the weirdest times, but the last two have been, well, this one and the first one that we came across have actually been missing a decent amount. It's like 2 for 2 on them. So what's the matter, Roddy? Did your snow day turn into a May Day? And you'll be the one signalling distress when I battle you up ahead in Twinkle Village? And Twinkle Village? I haven't been back there in over 60 years! They've said that twice now. 60 years! They're really emphasizing just how old these characters are, aren't they? And let's hope that we can actually do these levels. I'm sure the DML wiki is going to be updating soon enough with the element requirements for each level, like they always do. So as soon as that stuff comes out, you know, I'll do a video on it, link you to it, all that good jazz, what we normally do. And we could do battles. Let's go ahead and do our battles for now. Do we have any blue ones available? We have plenty. We have plenty of blue fights that we can do, which is good. But I'm kind of, I don't know, having the Lil'Angel dragon as the level 3 reward, people have said it before, it does get kind of disappointing when you do have duplicate dragons as the rewards, but at the same time, for the last event, I didn't have the Hellhound already, so having the Hellhound available made it so that me, who missed out on him in a previous event, does finally get another chance to get him. And I think it's the same with the Lil'Angel. Even though it's not the best case scenario for myself, I've got to think about it in terms of, you know, other people as well. Because some people may not have been around during last Christmas, maybe they were busier last Christmas, but now they get an opportunity to unlock it. And it's only a level 3 dragon to begin with, so realistically I don't expect the mid-level dragons to be that good, because they're super duper easy to get a hold of. Speaking of which, I should also be doing all of this on my Android account, which I'll do after we've finished on Windows here. But getting a Lil'Angel on my Android, that's great. I didn't have my Android account last year. So even though it may not be the best possible scenario for yourself, please think about it in terms of like all the players in the game. You know, you're not the only player, unfortunately. If they could make it like that, that would be great. And oh god, already! 3 elements! We actually can't do this fight. So wind, earth, and water is for this level. So that's 400 if we want to skip it. So it's definitely cheaper to just skip this fight than go around. So let's not skip the fight, open the chest, and then go around as well. Let's not do that. That is not what you're supposed to be doing. So realistically, it would have been cheaper to go for this chest. But I think at this point we may as well just, you know, we've already spent the money to go this way, so we'll save up to skip this fight. Kind of disappointing that we already have to run into these element restrictions, like I said, but that's the way of the game. Hopefully, the misfortune we're running into now will mean that all of the final levels will allow you to use plant, right? Let's hope so at the very least. But that is a gist of how these events run. We can get another fight in if we do an arena fight. Not sure how many people know about that, or, you know, people that aren't too familiar with these events, but if you have another fight that you need to do, and you don't have the portal energy to do it, you can get it through doing arena fights, you can get it through doing dungeon fights, so you don't have to worry about that. And there we go, 25 is depleted. So, all that I have left to do now is wait for the creatures to spawn. I can breed a dragon in like 5 minutes when I use Kronos for it, and collecting food will have that. Or what I'll do is, I'll wait for this food to finish in the farms, collect all of that, put in a 6-hour food, use Kronos, and then breed another thing, more than likely, is how I'll do that. It's just about trying to manage all of the things that you have as best as possible. Kronos is super good during event times if you manage to find any of his seals. So if we find the Seal of Adventure, for example, during this event period, we'll have another 6-hour skip, which is going to help a lot if we run into, you know, any breeds that don't go favourably for us, let's say. So I'll put these guys in, explore, let's hope that they find a shard for us, shall we? But that is going to do me for now, so, you know, I'd say good luck, but none of this event is down to luck, apart from the key finding, really. And even if you get screwed over with how hard the keys are to find per level, you've still got a good chance of getting to level 6 as long as you're coming back frequently. And that's the most important thing. It refills every 6 hours, but some of the things might require you to come back every, like, 3 hours or so, just for, like, food or breeding or whatever. So make sure you're coming back. So, we'll get to level 3 in, like, a day or two. It will not take long. Level 6 will probably take about 9 days minimum, because level 5 and level 6 combined take half of the event period. And that's how it's always worked in the past. So you need to be getting to level 5 when there's like 4 or 5 days remaining. So just keep that in mind while you're going through the event for now. But I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to start doing this on my Android account. So for now, thanks a ton for watching, and until next time, I will see you then.